Welcome, we have collected 5 of the most interesting events that took place on the 13th of May in history. On May 13, 1779, the Treaty of Teshen was signed. This treaty ended the war between Austria and Prussia over the inheritance of the Bavarian electorate. The war lasted more than 2 years, brought significant losses on both sides. The treaty effectively divided Bavaria between Austria and Prussia, with Austria receiving the larger share. He also established the principle of compensation whereby territories could be exchanged to balance the gains and losses made during the war. This treaty was of great importance in European history, as it was the first time a major European conflict was resolved by negotiation rather than military victory. It also set the precedent for future territorial exchanges that became a common feature of European diplomacy in the 19th and early 20th centuries. The first Giro d'Italia began on May 13, 1909. The Giro d'Italia is a prestigious and grueling road cycling race that has become one of the most famous sporting events in Italy. But it was not always like that. Back in 1909, the Giro d'Italia was created as a way to promote the newspaper La Gazzetta dello Sport. The purpose of the race was to increase sales and circulation of the newspaper, as well as to popularize Italian cycling. Over the years, the Giro d'Italia has become one of the most famous cycling races in the world, bringing together the best athletes from around the world to compete for the coveted pink jersey. Today it is one of the big 3 cycling events, along with the Tour de France and the Vuelta a España. The Giro d'Italia is a testament to the power of sport to capture the imagination of the masses and inspire people to achieve greatness. On May 13, 1927, the Kyiv football club, Dynamo, was founded. The club quickly became one of the most successful, with numerous victories in both domestic and international competitions. Under the leadership of its first coach Yuri Kucherevsky, Dynamo won its first major trophy, the Soviet Union Cup in 1936, and then became the champion several times. Led by the legendary coach Valery Lobanovsky, Dynamo Kyiv became known for its persistent and dynamic style of football, which brought it numerous victories. Dynamo remained the dominant force in the Ukrainian Football League after the country gained independence in 1991. Today, Dynamo remains one of the most popular and successful football clubs in Ukraine and continues to inspire young players to realize their dreams of becoming professional footballers. On May 13, 1950, the first ever Formula 1 championship race took place in Silverstone, England. This event marked the beginning of an era in the world of racing that changed the sport forever. The Formula 1 championship has become one of the most popular and prestigious sporting events in the world, attracting millions of spectators from all over the world. It was a landmark event that featured some of the greatest pilots of the time. The race was hot and tense, with drivers pushing their cars to their limits in pursuit of victory. In the end, Giuseppe Farina emerged victorious. Formula 1 continues to captivate viewers around the world. It has become a symbol of speed, technology and human ingenuity, and each season brings new innovations, rivalries and champions. On May 13, 1981, the world was shocked by the assassination attempt on Pope John Paul II. As the pontiff made his way through St. Peter's Square in the Vatican, he was suddenly shot by Turkish terrorist Ali Agca. The Pope was rushed to the hospital, where he underwent several operations to save his life. The attack was not only on one person, but on the entire Catholic Church and its followers. The Pope's popularity and influence on the world stage only continued to grow in the early years of his papacy, and the assassination attempt revealed the dangers of religious extremism and terrorism. The incident caused an outpouring of international sympathy and support for the Pope, who later made a full recovery. Today, the assassination attempt remains a defining moment in the history of the Catholic Church and a stark reminder of the constant threat of terrorism in our world. Thanks for watching. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. If you want to send, thank the authors and finance the development of the channel, there are links to several possible options for this in the description. Goodbye.